All right, look, every year I like to come out here in the off season, try to stick my neck out a little bit in a program that perpetually gets overhyped, underperforms, but try to predict that turnaround finally happening. In 2022, I did it with Tennessee, a team that is classically overhyped, never really meets expectations. Yet that year they ended up going 11-2 and finally lived up to the billing. We ended up cashing their win total over with ease. That's in the 2022 college football highlight in the page. You can go see for yourself. Last year, I put my faith in the Texas Longhorns. Again, every year was Texas is back, and they never are. Last year, I came out here and said just that they are indeed back. We took them over their win total. We took them to win the conference. Well, the rest was history. They won 11-1, even made the college football playoff. They were indeed back. So who is that team this year? That classic overhyped team that I think, you know what? They may actually live up to it this year, like Tennessee in 2022 and Texas last year. By God, let's do it. How about the Miami Hurricanes for 2024? I can hear the laughs now. Yes, the Miami Hurricanes. This team is insanely talented. We all know Cristobal is not the best in-game manager and couldn't even take a damn knee last year to close out Georgia Tech, but the talent here is too much to ignore what they did in the offseason. He just inked Miami's highest-rated recruiting class in the last 15 years. He also crushed the transfer portal, bringing in Cam Ward at quarterback, Adrian Martinez in the backfield. The one area Miami really struggled last year offensively was in the red zone because Tyler Van Dyke was a statue for a quarterback. Well, Ward fixes that problem. With his mobility, he had 8 rushing touchdowns himself last year in the red zone. I mentioned Adrian Martinez. What did he do at Oregon State in 2 years? Try over 2,100 rushing yards, 16 touchdowns, and 6 yards per carry. Unreal. Restrepo and George both returned their top 2 wideouts. They also landed a top 10 transfer receiver from Houston and Sam Brown. The offensive line, all 5 starters got all ACC honors last year, and 3 of those 5 returned this year. Defensively, they bring back Ruben Bain on the defensive line. He earned freshman All-American honors last year, 7.5 sacks and 42 quarterback pressures. That's the most pressures by a freshman since Will Anderson did it in 2020. He turned out to be pretty good. Miami signed 3 5-star defensive linemen, Justin Scott, Marquise Lightfoot, Armando Blount. They also poached Tyler Barron, who started for Tennessee. Secondary goes through a full reload here, but again, the recruiting was excellent. They brought in Powell, who was a starter on Washington's national runner-up defense, and incoming freshman Zaquan Patterson was a top-rated safety recruit. Let's put it all together. There's no shortage of talent here in Miami. Cristobal's built this team strong on both sides of the trenches in the offensive and defensive lines, and now the skill positions are getting filled out as well. Clemson continues to neglect the transfer portal. Florida State lost a ton from last year's team, although Norvell continues to do a good job recruiting there. Bottom line, the ACC is here for Miami to take this year, and they can do just that with this squad. You can find them plus 450 to win the conference. That's a bet I think worth making. They're plus 210 to make the playoffs, and I'll stick my neck out and say it. This Miami team can make the playoffs this year if Cristobal doesn't screw up the in-game management. Watch out for the Hurricanes this season. They look to be for real.